And then to top it all off, we have governments trying to regulate and control food. You know, food shortages can destroy governments, and politicians know this. So what do they use the power to do? They try and control the food supply, the prices, the imports, the exports. They even control your attempts to grow your own food. In some areas in the U.S., it's illegal to have a garden, illegal to raise your own chickens, to have your own milk supply. But many people believe that government has the Midas touch. That, you all know what that is, right? Everything you touch turns into a muffler. That's right. If you really want to screw it up, get the government involved. In Argentina, they put on a high export tax on cattle. In just 2 years, Argentina went from one of the world's greatest cattle exporting countries to importing cattle. 2 years. Excess regulation in California. They make the farmers provide shade for the workers. Now, I'm not against shade for the workers, but at night, when it's 50 degrees out, I mean, these are ridiculous regulations that do nothing but add to our costs. FDA tracking, that's in the news. Export bans, that was in the news a couple of years ago, where various countries prevented their farmers from exporting cranes, which had the ironic effect of raising prices and preventing their own farmers from profiting from it. Now, the Pythagorean theorem has 24 words. Archimedes' principle, 67 words. The Ten Commandments, 179 words. But regulations regarding the sale of cabbage in the U.S. contain 26,911 words. Sort of puts things into perspective. I mean, we are over-regulated. In fact, in the U.S., we even go so far as to pay farmers to not grow food. Over 30 million acres are in the CRP program during a crisis. I don't know if you saw this, but the archaeologists have found the world's first politician. Hope you can make that out. All right, let's repeat it again so there's no confusion. Okay. The problems that exist, and I haven't covered all the problems. I stayed away from some of the controversial ones, but the ones I think we can all agree on: we need higher yields, we need more nutrients in the food, we need to reduce petrochemical-based fertilizer, we need to reduce water usage, and we need to reduce pesticide usage. Well, GM crops are going to save us, right? Or not. GM crops promoting super weeds, food insecurity, pesticides. Well, maybe it's not GM foods, maybe it's organics to the rescue. Except organics are consistently shown to have lower crop yields. Here's a study from the journal Nature. Here's another quote from somebody in the UK. Organic wheat yields about half as high as conventional ones. Now again, this is a controversial topic. Some people can tell you that organics will yield more, and some people are biased. But let's look at the bottom here, where we have a quote from the Research Institute of Organic Agriculture. If they're biased, they should be biased in favor of organics, yet they confirm that organic crops yield little more than half as much per acre as conventional farmers' fields. So the best case today is just rising food prices. The worst case, major shortages. The expected case, we'll probably have more GMO foods, stronger poisons, petri dish meats, and other solutions will proliferate. Extractive resources will diminish, social unrest will occur, governments will further screw up the situation. So is it time for the odiferous effluvium to hit the fan? Is it too much to ask for ample food, tastes good, nutritious, while still having clean water and good soils? The Chinese symbol for crisis is a combination of two symbols, danger and opportunity. We've talked about the danger, let's talk about the opportunity. The Green Revolution is kind of past. It doesn't look like GM crops will be able to save us. The organic movement, well, maybe the jury's still out, but it's time for the next revolution, the Sumagrow revolution. If you don't know which way to go, Sumagrow. Our mission is to enable farmers to profitably feed people around the world through natural, efficient, and sustainable products. Now, most of us can agree on what sustainable means, but one of the key words there that's also italicized is profitable. Many people leave that out of the equation, but I happen to think that profits for the farmers are key to sustainability. If they're not making money, they're not going to continue to grow. In fact, Peter Drucker says that profit is not a reward, but a cost of doing business. It may not be the primary goal, but an essential condition for a company's continued existence. So we have to look at the profits. BioSoils conducted a number of studies, independent third-party studies, many of which actually talk about the actual dollars and cents benefit of using our products. Let's go through some of these. Here's an independent research company on corn. They didn't say how much the 50% fertilizer reduction was worth, but they said that the corn increase was worth $160 an acre. Bell peppers, the revenue increase of $4,000 plus and 75% fertilizer reduction. They actually tested with 100% fertilizer, 75%, 50%, 25% of normal, and 0. The highest yield was 25% fertilizer. Total net profit increase of over $4,500 per acre. And again, our cost well under $100. What businessman would not spend $100 to make $4,500 in a matter of months? Pumpkins, independent PhD did a study, over $3,400. Now this was a pick your own pumpkin place, so that the price they received was a little bit high. They were getting about 30 cents a pound. But if you go back over the past decade, wholesale prices of pumpkins have been in the 9 to 12 cent range. So using 10 cents, it's still over $1,100 an acre. Again, at a cost of less than $100. Strawberries, $1,185 increase in net profit, not counting the fertilizer reduction. Corn, this was a farmer's co-op. They used the price of $4 a bushel, which is well below current prices, and still had a net profit increase of $149 an acre. Industrial tomatoes, $480 an acre. Again, these are studies where the third party has actually put the dollars and cents in the study. These aren't our numbers, they're numbers of third parties. Now, by the way, if that was table tomatoes instead of industrial tomatoes for ketchup, tomato paste, that type of thing, it would have been over $2,000 an acre. Now we also have some studies that have just the percentage increase, and we had to do the math ourselves to figure out what the dollars and cents would be worth. Mississippi State University did coriander, commonly known as cilantro, 19.2% yield increase, which is worth approximately $1,000 an acre, plus the fertilizer reduction. So again, well over $1,000 per acre increase in net profit. Mississippi State University also did tomatoes, worth over $2,000 per acre. Again, the combination of the revenue increase and the fertilizer reduction. And that's all I focused on, by the way. We didn't put in the value of the reduction in pesticides, the value of a higher Brix level. Some tomato growers get paid based on Brix. The fewer losses due to spoilage. The higher Brix level increases the shelf life. We didn't count the value of the increase in the cropland because you're now generating higher income or increasing the organic matter. There's a lot of other benefits here, but all we focused on was just the yield increase and the fertilizer reduction. Rise Research on soybeans, independent facility run by a PhD, $168 plus an acre. Chinese government on wheat, over $360 an acre. Actually, that's the highest recorded percentage increase we've had of any independent third-party study. We had another university in China do tea, worth over $2,000 an acre. Again, these are not revenue numbers, increases in the bottom line, net profits to the farmer. Rutgers University did cabbage, 23% yield increase, that's worth over $100 an acre. Again, we don't know what the fertilizer reduction was worth. Here's a picture. Again, it's not just the quantity, but the quality. This shows the difference between the conventionally grown tea leaves on the left and our tea leaves on the right. Notice the difference in the quality, the shine, the color. Some of the prices that we currently have in agriculture are at decades long highs. So is it because the world is running out of food, or is there something else going on? There's a drought-induced prices. So let's go back a little and look at more historical prices. This study here on cotton was based on a decade-long average from 1993 to 2003. So some of these numbers are very low. And again,